Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day was lime cordial, but I've drunk it all. And today I've been sort of trying to work out my list for Blue Yellow Nami without the EB cards. Now I do think the EB cards, particularly the Nami and the Robin, are very, very good in this deck. You don't need a genius to tell you that. But I think this deck is still decent without them. I do think it's going to be a good bit better in February. And if you are just a fan of that deck, maybe waiting a month till then. Not the worst decision in the world. But if you can't wait to play Nami, and who could blame you? We finally got Girl in the West. This is sort of what I've been cooking with. To replace the Kuma, to replace the Robin, excuse me, it's just Kuma. The 4 Kuma is a natural replacement for 7-cost Robin. That one's very easy, but it's the other two, replacing the 5-cost Nami, and also replacing the Searcher event, which gives you the consistency, that is a bit more difficult. To try and replace the Nami, I've gone with a different 5-cost in Yamato. It is not perfect, right? Because you have to take your first life to get the Yamato's effect. I kept forgetting that, because I'm only used to playing this in Ace, where that is just not a clause. But in this deck, you do have to take the first one, which means that often you'll just have too many cards in hand. So you might lose on your leader effect, for example. But the Yamato is a great play on 5. It just gives you a bunch of stuff. And this sort of helps with both being a 5-Dom play that puts it on your leader, and also with your consistency, which is what we lost when we lose the event. I've also got a couple of Robin to try and replace the burn. I don't know. I've got 2 Robin, 2 Kid in terms of burning life. I think Emu without the 7-cost Robin and the 5-cost Nami, I just don't think it's a matchup. I think you just lose. If you want to try adding like Odin, maybe, but once you use him once, you just get nussed. So you've still got a little bit of a high roll. If you can find Robin into Kid into Flame Split and go second, then you can beat Emu. I did have 1 game into Emu. He left after playing out his first Elders because I was taking a little bit of time on my turn. I'd still got 1 more minute on the clock than him, but that game was quite close. I've not included it because I genuinely don't know how it would have resolved. But if you do high roll into Emu, it's playable. It's just pretty unfavoured. I've had an extra 2k in Zeus, just to have 1 more 2k. I did find last time sometimes struggling on 2ks a little bit. And I've also added in Doflamingo over Jozu. So initially I was playing Jozu, and you might see Jozu in the Mihawk game in this video. And that game was what made me switch over. I was realising that I wasn't actually having that many bricks in my hand, because we swapped the Robin for Kuma. That's 4 bricks that turned into 1ks. And as a result, I've swapped the Jozu to Doflamingo because I think he's just better. Being 7 cost obviously means that you don't get Jozu back into like an ace deck, which is great. But more so, you don't always have something to pick up with Jozu. In the Mihawk game, to set up my Jozu, I played out a baby 5. Which I think was a mistake in hindsight, because it made my, it was quite risky because I didn't have a 2k in hand. But, just, you don't have a thing to pick up with Jozu, so it's quite awkward to use him. Also, hitting a 7 would have been insane into the Mihawk matchup, just about Shanks. I guess spoiler alerts, but the reason that Mihawk game didn't quite go as well as I was hoping is they played a Shanks and I could not deal with it. We played, I think it was like a Kid or a Kuma after the Shanks. And just every turn that Shank swung for 9. And it's like, I don't want to defend a 9. I really don't want to defend a 9. And once they start dumping big guys, you're forced basically to Red Rock. Because even if you Newgate, you're not going to get a block with this. Because they just dump Lorpo. And then they're like, okay, here's 10 with my Mihawk. Here's 9 with my Shanks. And you're like, So you have to sort of chain Red Rocks and hope they run out top end. But if I could have Doflamingo'd his Shanks, instead of doing whatever else I did on that turn, it would have made the board much more playable. So I've put in 3 Doflamingo. This could possibly be a 4 of as well, because it was pretty nice into Black Crocodile. That matchup feels good anyway, but the way that they try to play into you, I think, is they just go with Missile Sunday, Missile Sunday, Missile Sunday. Because they know that if they croc, you just go Red Rock, and they're like, oh shit, my croc's gone. So the Missile Sunday at least sort of tempos some value. And I mean, the Dofi blows up the Missile Sunday. Send it back to hand. You can Nojiko whatever 5-drop they played, unless it was Double Finger. And Double Finger also throws a span in the works of your Doflamingo, but, it is what it is. At least they're not summoning something else. It's just a vanilla. So that's why I've got the Doflamingo. I find it quite useful in the Mihawk matchup and also decent into the Black Croc matchup. And it's also decent into Ace, right? If you're on odds, you've got the young girl down there, Jozu, whatever you played on 5, maybe just Yamato, you get rid of their Jozu, and even if they whiff Whitebeard, they can't Jozu your Doflamingo, which is relevant. I mean, Ace actually started to include this card himself as well, which is, I guess, further reinforcing my theory that this card is just good in this meta. Hey, still on the Whitebeard, I think 3 is fine. It feels very good to drop 1 or 2 of these. I've never dropped 3. In fact, I'm rarely dropping 2. But having 1 of these, if your opponent plays something that's not that threatening, or if you know they can't remove this card's incredible. When you know your opponent can deal with this, either by like freezing it with Lorpo, or something else like that, like Red Rock, he becomes obviously less valuable. But when this guy can come down and stay down, the value you get is insane, because you negate 1 big swing immediately, and you get the draw, you get the dons. It's a really, really good card. I think maybe you could go to 4 just for consistency's sake. And the kid, I don't know, the kid comes up, but he has been a little underwhelming. But hey, that's the list at the minute. I think there's still room to experiment. One card that I think could be decent is Law. You could very much try this over the Robin. I think you could even say that it's better, but the Robin does have 1k counter, so and she trashes. Like, the effect is better, it's just live less often, and then she has less power to attack your opponent, whereas Law has more power. The effect is, like, it has a different condition, but it's probably more often live, and he's also a brick. I don't know, you could definitely experiment with maybe dropping the Robin and adding the Law. Maybe even drop the kid as well and add the Law. I don't know. And yeah, as I have switched over to playing ranked now, I was matching into so many black crocodile decks. It was crazy. I might include one, I'm not sure, but that matchup feels very good regardless, so I'm not sure if it's worth including. Just Red Rock getting rid of Croc, it's very good. But I did match into a couple others. I was really hoping to get that Emu game in the video, but he left, and I don't like including half-finished games if you can't work out exactly what the result would have been in like 1 or 2 turns. And I really couldn't, because it's Emu, right? They couldn't have so much counter out of nowhere. But hey, I think Nami's good. I think she's a good bit weaker. If your local meta is full of like Boa and Crocodile, this is a very, very good deck into those, I do find. I'm going to go into Boa. I'm going to take second into them. That's a pretty solid curve. I'll keep it. So the removal is going to be good in this matchup. The life trash is decent as well. We don't need 2 Kikus. Put 1 on our leader, and then pass it over. See what he has. If he doesn't have much, he might just swing 8, and I will take. I might just take anyway. This could just be Marguerite. There's nothing here I really want to trash. Take no trigger on that. It's a nice one to have, though. For later on, potentially. Boa. Good for next turn. Trash Salami. Kiku. Don. Swing 6. Hope for no trigger. But to be honest, at this early stage of the game, trigger not actually that impactful because we go to 7, right? Cool. Doesn't get one. What a treat. 2 new gates. Not bad, but potentially too much. Potentially too much. Next time we have the Nojiko. That's going to be very solid. He'll probably just swing 7 here with the Boa. Which is actually 2 cards. Slightly frustrating, but 5. Well, interesting that you've decided to attack with this. We'll give it 1 new gate. It's fine. 7. Then I'll give up a 1k. We'll give up. I'm going to show him Pudding and assume that he's going to play around it. Yes, we could have Nojiko Puddinged here, but I think I'd rather just put a bit of aggression on him. You know? Suit 8-8 here. Cool. Do we want to take out this? No, I don't think so. I think I want the draw. And trigger again. What a treat. This Boa deck doesn't play that many triggers, though. Right, it plays a few, but not an insane amount. No reason to ever swing this. Because now this doesn't swing, and you always want the Don on your leader anyway. We're probably kidding this turn. And then into Whitebeard. Red Rock turn after could be okay. If he just Boas next turn. We have a Red Rock this Kuma. I think I'm giving up a 2k regardless, so let's just trash the baby 5. But yeah, this should never swing. Don't give me the option to swing into this. Like, I think I want to establish a body regardless, but giving me the option to swing in this is troll. Oh, you swing in here. Fair enough, I guess. That's fair. Do I want to heal? Not really. I'd rather defend. Yeah, no, fair enough. I guess that works. Yeah, I guess that works. Let's go 6. And we'll go kid 6. Takes. Does he get a trigger off this one? Looks like he does. Okay, that's actually really annoying. Now I don't have a Don on my leader. Huh. Wasn't thinking about that one. I can't lie, I was not thinking about that one. I guess we Red Rock Young Girl now. Maybe, is that trigger? Yeah, I guess that trigger alone is reason enough to swing. It's not even swinging out of order because we're just trashing a life, but it gives him the knowledge, right? That's actually a big mistake there. Yeah, because if he plays Boa now, we're eating a 7 and 2 5s, which is really bad. I think we have to Red Rock now. That's a really big mistake. Toss this. I'm not attacking this though, because we've gone this route. Okay, gets a trigger, fine. We're just gambling at this point. Trash that and a pudding. Sure. Yeah, that was a mistake. Should have just played the kid first and give us a life back. I'll just trash this with leader effect. Yeah, we'll never need this. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just do this one, right? Seems good to me. This is great. This is less great. Do the option, though. Kid's also a decent option. Swinging 8-8 here. This might go double. Go through twice. We have so much counter. Think... Oh, tough call. Tough call. I think I'm tossing the kid there. Attack this first. Because he could get Red Rock trigger. He's got some sort of trigger. Edge trigger, sure. I'm never playing around that one. I'm playing around Red Rock trigger rather than Veg trigger for sure. Sure, your turn. But that does in fact get him out the swing, which is quite frustrating. Hey, that's okay. Sengoku. Slave arrow. That's something we've got to be careful of. 5. Definitely going to toss. He's got to play something here. I'm guessing this might be Kuma. Could also be Boa. Again. We definitely want to block this. We definitely want to counter this. What am I countering with, right? I think it's pudding. I think it's just pudding. It's going to be either Boa or Kuma. If it's Kuma, we're eating another... We got to think about countering something else. If it's Boa, then we don't, because we can just block this. And these can't swing. Also, if this is Boa, he doesn't have a Don on his leader. Which is interesting. It's Kuma, sure. Makes sense. Marguerite. I think we'll count this one. Yeah. Definitely want to keep the Nojiko though. Let's just give a baby 5. And see what we can rip off the top. Something good to play, maybe. That'd be nice. That's not something good to play. That is not good to play at all. We know there's slave. You can only pick up either the brick or the shaki. Playing this just does nothing because he doesn't have enough life, which is pretty unfortunate. We can Nojiko his brick, but I'm not really excited to. You know? I'm going to re-attack with the Nojiko. See our response to 9 from Kiku, because we are still threatening lethal, right? We've got, what, 11 from leader, 12 from Newgate? Or, sorry, 12-12 we're threatening. So I expect he might look to counter this one. Yeah, gives us the slave arrow. Picks up the shaki. Happy to see that gone. Just one less guy on the board, right? On this lady. Don't really want to swing with this. If we Nojiko, we get Adon back. 7, I kind of like 7 here though. So we can go 5. That almost certainly gets a life. Cool. Man, if only we had one more done, that would be a fire play. I'm never really playing around what I'm drawing off that though. Because if I swing 6 there, he just shakis. Every single time. There is nothing else to do. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 swings. We can block 1. You can block the boa. He can't, if he, yeah, he can't burn and femur. We've got so much counter in hand as well. I think this is a no harm, no foul 5. Let's get 1 card out of him. And then I'm not tapping. If we tap the Newgate. So he gets a Gorgon Sisters trigger. Which is the worst one. That's pretty bad for us. Yeah, let's just pass. I can't risk the Gorgon Sisters trigger. It's too crazy. That's an easy one. Give one of the Zeus. Yeah, we're always countering this. I think. Yeah, I think so. If he takes out my Kiku, that's kind of fine. I want the Kuma for something to do if we can't go for lethal next turn. So I think I'm tossing hiyori. Sure. Nice Nojiko target. How big does this swing? You might take a hit here. How big do you swing? Do you swing into Kiku? We have 3 hits. He can play another boa blocker as well. I guess I'll just take that one. Yeah, why not? Why not? We can always heal 1. Now we can just free block whatever this is. Cool. Nojiko Kuma makes sense to me here. Nojiko this. Swing 7. He can still have a lot of events here. He can have the 1 cost I'm beautiful. Because it's a 0 cost. We know one, and he crashed the boa. Okay. Don't think we know anything then. Just gonna go 7. There's no need to rush this. If he takes though, I will swing 18. I will obviously swing 18 if he takes this. But if not, we just Kuma. Let's go again. Okay. We Kuma go again. Do we swing with the Newgate? If we could actually take out this, we get a life, we heal back. Here's a split. Safe to just Kuma and pass. You're going. It's like, what do you swing first with first? Young girl. No blocker result. 7. 2 swings left. Okay, let's counter 1. Blocker right. There's no reason to take this. I think the longer the game goes, the better it is for us, because we have way more resources than him. And the Whitebeard is just very good. 9 lead. Sure. 14. To Kiku. No. That's a cry of desperation. That is a cry of desperation. This can be unbeautiful, so we'll swing at the biggest one first. To play around that at this point, because we do just have a very, very good chance of going for it now. Kuma can't attack. What's the trigger? It's a femur. Okay. 9 with Kiku. Yeah, and that's the game. GG's. Well played. Patience. Patience is important. We do have a lot of removal into Boa, which is obviously very nice. And even without the new cards, this matchup, it feels pretty good. Yeah, GG's. Gonna go into Mihawk. He's taken first. Red Rock's going to be important in this matchup. Young girl's great, but she can be rested somewhat easily. He's kept. We don't have a great 4 or 6 Don play. Pudding is okay on 6. I'm going to keep and hope that between the extra draws we're going to get and the young girl, that can sort of get us there. And worst case, we can just slam 9 on 4 and then like Pudding on 6. It's not the worst thing in the world. Blaze Slice, I don't think we never need 2 of these. Not into Mihawk. Draw a 2k there. Let's go with the young girl. Kid is decent for later. Definitely just a Blaze Slice. Put it on here. Pass it over. He's got a Kiku. Yeah, I'm not countering the 7. Josu's not bad, depending on what he plays. If it's the Chishigi, Josu is bad. But if it's not the Chishigi, then Josu is not bad. Josu also bounces young girl, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think we just slam 9 here. I don't really have any. I don't want to play out baby 5. I mean, I guess we could play out baby 5 just to have as a Josu target for next turn. I'm not putting him from 5 to 5. That's just troll. Yeah, we'll try it out, actually. We'll probably take the 6 anyway. Mihawk likes taking the first hit. Yeah, we get the draw. Cool. Josie. We get an extra 5 here if he does just slam Toshigi, which is fine. The one downside is I guess we don't have a 2k, so if he does end up going 8, then that will suck a little bit. Maybe this is greedy. But if he plays like Perona, this Josu is now much more live. Okay, we get kind of rewarded for my decision. And he'll rest the boat. We are going to have to give either double 1s or that's the Kiku shot, whatever. Ayo? I don't know about this one, Chief. That's interesting, though. Good, interesting way of keeping Mihawk more consistent. Because... Bro, that's unfortunate. Was this hit 4 or more? It only really hits the top end. I mean, you pretty much all your 2Ks are lower than 4, right? Yeah, no. We'll give a... Red Rock's definitely important. Honestly, this flame split, I just don't think it's very good. Yeah, got a bit rewarded here with my decision there. I think if that had gone differently, if he'd played Toshigi and then swung 8, this could have been potentially a very risky play, so I'm not sure if I'd go for this again next time. But it is what it is. We get rid of it. It works out this time, but I think generally that is probably too risky a play to go for. See if he's got a 2k here. Or an event. Cool, he's got a Kiku. And we'll pass it up. 7 Don, it's got to be Shanks, right? It's got to be Shanks. He can take out a young girl, which is a little annoying. Because he won't be able to get the free Don in our leader every turn now. But it is what it is. If he has it. He does have it. I assume he will take out the young girl. Yes, indeed. Takes it out with the Kiku. Yeah, it's slightly frustrating, but it is what it is. I don't know why he's put a Don there. Do you want to counter this? What do we? I think we have to. Oh, this is kind of awkward, right? If I red rock this, I don't have the red rock for later, and we also haven't set anything up. If I kid, then we probably lose our Jozu to the Shanks. And then our kid can just get stun locked by the Mihawk. Man, the fact that these characters just don't burn life like the new ones do in EB, it feels a lot worse. It does feel a lot worse. I think we're going to need to red rock after the kid turn. The fact we don't have a Dom in our leader does kind of stink. We might end up taking 2 swings. We've got to counter this one. Is it just kid Jozu? What if we need multiple kids? Pudding Josie? I think it's kid Josie. Yeah, because I can't efficiently deal with this. What if we go with Kuma? Could go with Kuma this turn. He just gets stun locked though. I think we need to be a little bit aggressive here. Start with a 5. Go with 6. Yes, this matchup just kind of much more difficult without the, especially the 5-cost Nami. The 5-cost Nami is so good. Okay, he gets a free event trigger. It's really annoying. Now dig him towards his Mihawk that he needs. Yeah. I mean, we got red rocks for days. Draw on trash 1. I don't think I need these Yamato. But yeah, we don't have a Don on our leader. But if he does want to take out the Jozu, then at least we're probably only taking 1 swing. And if he wants to deal 2 damage, then he can't take out the Jozu. But yeah, this is getting tougher and tougher. He can also split 5-5 with Kiku lead, which is pretty good. Yeah, this is going to freeze the kid. It's yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, you can go like 9 to Jozu, then either 8 or 5-5. I think I will defend the 9 to Jozu though if it is just 9. If he goes like 11, it's so risky to defend this. But we do keep a guy on the board and remove this then. We're happy to take 1 swing, I think. Oh, it's so much. It's so much. I think we should let it go. Yeah, and then I can defend this. I'll give up a baby 5 because I think I might want the pudding. Not sure why we're keeping 2 up. Don't want to play this. Just gets rested by Shanks. There's no point. Let's get rid of this. 9 lead. We're going to engage in some sort of a race here, I think. We'll do the pudding for later if he gets too crazy. Takes. Cool. I'll draw 1 and the turn. Definitely don't want this Kiku. Kid's a decent option to have, especially if he can't freeze this kid again, but I assume he's going to be able to, right? He's going to have either a Mihawk or a Lord Beppo. I would have to assume. One or the other. We can just Red Rock again. I think as long as we can stay relatively healthy. It's not the worst. But yeah, it's just going to depend whether or not we can deal enough damage before he gets to top end to actually stick. You know? We can always Kuma as well if we just think we need a life. This specifically being 7. Maybe we could run 7 cost Doflamingo? Maybe? Yeah, there's Lorpo. That's very, very good. Well, it doesn't actually go to 7 though, because we only have 1 character. That's quite amusing. That is quite amusing. Let's go 8. I don't want to take 2 swings. We'll give up... Oh, I don't want to give up the kid either, though. I think we might need this. We've got a Red Rock again this turn. Red Rock the Lorpo, I think, just slam 9. And then next turn, maybe we need to kid. What if we kid this turn? Kid this turn, slam 7. He gives 1 event. 1, 2, 3 swings. If we're at 2 life, we've got to defend this either way. I think we die if we don't Red Rock though, because these are just too big. They're just too big. It's just the young girl and baby 5. And then we'll have to take this one. No trigger. Zeus is nice though. It's a 2k. Okay, that's not very useful, but it's interesting. I think again it is just Red Rock. And we'll go 9 lead. At least getting 2 cards, or we're dealing the final damage. Which I imagine he'll give 2 cards. DMG and a Toshigi. Okay, interestingly he's on Toshigi and just didn't give us it. Having 1 brick is always fine. Nojiko doesn't hit anything because I don't play blockers. And if you would, we actually do have Zeus. Pudding is almost certainly useless though. Yeah, I think Pudding is almost certainly useless. And we got another 2k there in the hiyori. That's very solid. Oh, okay. We didn't freeze it. But he got rid of it. I don't know why he's obsessed with not resting the boat, though. Should 100% be resting this boat over the Kiku. Select 1 card. This is max 9. We're never defending both, so we'll just take 1. No trigger. Is our only shot to kid, right? Kid 7 is bad. It's bad. We have no more. What if we top deck Red Rock? What if we top deck Red Rock? What if we Kuma? Go to 2. He's 3 swings. But if we're defending this, we're going to be so long count. If we give up like the kid, a Zeus, and an Ojiko, so we just give these 3. We can Kuma the top deck, but we only have 2 cards in hand. 3 if we get a draw 1. 7, 9, 11. His split is bigger than 11's though. I think we have to kid Gamba. If we draw Red Rock. We draw Red Rock. Maybe. I don't think it's playable. We're never Kumering. It's just Kuma, Nojiko. I guess Hiyori. Okay, doesn't help. It's just Kid 7 and just hope he doesn't have the counter, right? But he's gonna have it. There's no way he doesn't have an event. Well, let's see if it gets there, but I don't expect it will. Yeah, okay. Well, this is almost certainly a loss. Scared a young girl. Yeah. Where did this go wrong? We just had enough top end. We just kind of had enough top end. We didn't deal with the shanks. If I'd had... Yeah, I guess maybe we need a way to remove this shanks, right? Maybe we can play 7-cost Dofla. It'd have been better than the Jozu as well, so I could have swung 9 instead of playing out that baby 5. Well, to be fair, that didn't actually end up mattering. Yeah, that didn't end up mattering. It's literally just this shank swinging every turn is the reason we lost this game. And I don't know what he's stalling for. Like, just kill me, bro. Just kill me. Just like swing 11 with the shanks, man. Come on. 8, we trolling. We doing a little trolling. Go 7. Go 9. I mean, it really doesn't matter what he does. Like, we always lose. 9. Sure. It doesn't matter. You could just start with 11 and then put all 10 on swing 15. But hey ho, he got us anyway. He got our ass. Yeah, resolve. If we just couldn't deal with the shanks on curve. If I'd drawn Newgates, that could have been a little better. But he did have the Law Beppo to follow up the Mihawk that we removed. He did have optimal curve. Not fold on turn was bad. Yeah, baby 5 is not optimal. But to be fair, Kiku, if we were going to Jozu anyway, it's kind of neither here nor there whether we played Kiku or baby 5. And because he used the event, the fact that we didn't swing 9 didn't actually matter. Yeah, if we had a 7-cost Doflamingo instead of the first kid to just remove this shanks, he wouldn't have had a board. We would have run out of red rocks by now anyway, and we'd have been like 1 life down. And the Doflamingo would have just been stun looped forever anyway. And it wouldn't have given us cycle. I don't know, this matchup just feels a lot harder without the Egghead, without the 5-cost Nami and the Robin. Gonna get into Moria. We have an okay curve. I quite like Yamato in this matchup, and I also really like to see... I can't remember what I was going to say. Just the life burn effects. Life burn effects. We do have the kid, the young girl even. We have a Kiku. I think we'll take a risky keep. Take a risky keep. See if he gets in his trash turn 1. Okay, does get trigger targets. Gets a hog back in there. Very nice. Oh, that's not bad. Definitely only 2 Kikus. Do I want to risk a trigger? It'd be a hog back, right? It'd be a hog back. I'm risking it. He's going to take. I want the draw. I lied. Doesn't take. Interesting. Just goes with brick bat there. Then I think I'll take this one so then we can Yamato next turn. Whitebeard's nice for later. Definitely like Whitebeard. Absalom pass. Cool. Let's go. Yamato, Don here. Don here. Swing 7 again. You need another brick bat. Cool. We have too many cards. Quite funny. Quite amusing. 5 to 5. Definitely going to counter this. He's on 6. Dofla's actually pretty good next turn. Let's just give it Kiku. Then that card's very useful. KO's the Absalom. I'm sure he's looking for 6-cost Moria. Finds it. Very good. Can't summon Perona though, which is nice because Perona stopping Yamato attacking is actually quite annoying. Does get to swing 7. I think we'll counter this with 1 Kiku or one Nojiko. The Nojiko is great, but I think 1 is enough. Definitely just going to go Dofla here. So let's start with 6. I'm going to go Dofla, give him back that. Put Don our leader, and then again swing 6. Okay, he starved himself out a little bit there by countering those two with 2-2Ks. 8 Don, I'm assuming is Moria. No, it's just 6 Moria again. That's great. Absalom, still no Perona, so we are just getting to attack with everything for free, which is brilliant. We're not quite at Whitebeard next turn. We do need a something. I'm going to do that. Pudding's okay. Nojico's also okay. KO's the Absalom, so this is not going to get KO'd. Could just Nojico this next turn. Nojico Pudding is an option, right? Just let this go and then take. Not sure I want to. Let's trash a Zeus, see what he does. Yeah, sure, you can have it for that. That's fine. Don't need that. Yeah, we don't have anything else. It's just Nojico Pudding. Get rid of this. Yeah, it'd be nice if we had something to get rid of that instead, but it is what it is. Oh, Pudding. Not playing this. 7-9 seems reasonable. Okay. Doesn't help. Does Zeus this? Could Zeus this? Nah, let's just put him down to 1. Make him have one of his top end, either Boa or Moria. Otherwise, he's in a pickle. Toss the girl. Don't need her. I would like to keep this Dofi, though. I would very much like to keep this Dofi, but he may well choose to attack into it, which would not be ideal. Yeah, not going to have it for a 2k, though, I'm afraid. Okay, it's Boa. And then what we're just seeing. Should have done that first, because you've just given me the card that I'm about to counter with. Yeah, because you heal. Yep. You've literally just given me that with the Boa. So that's a mistake there. I want to go 9 into this, so we're just going to Whitebeard first. Toss this. 1, 2, 1, 2. As much as swinging with the pudding's obviously great, I do want to guarantee the removal on the Moria. Can't have that hanging around. And we'll go 7. See if he gets a trigger. Does. Hog back, presumably. No, we could have swung 8. Doesn't matter. Absalom. Sure, we'll draw a card. Pass it over. Only need 1 Kuma, I expect. Block a resolve. Yep, he's generating the value with the Absalom loop. 6 cost. Sure. This is probably going to swing for 12, which means we can't free block, which is a little annoying. A red rock would go pretty hard about now. 6 costs. Absalom again. Sure. Yeah, 12 to 7. We can't defend this anyway, so we'll just let this go. Which means his leader can't swing. Can play another guy if he wants, but that's okay. We can potentially take out this Boa as well. With our white beard. Lilith. Sindri. Just plays that, sure. It's not... Oh, that's very, very... That is tasty. That's very tasty. We can also flame split down the Sindri here and just deal with that. Yeah, we can deal with that, deal with this. We can get rid of the Absalom very easily. This is a solid turn, I think. And we should get a life out of him as well. Opponent's life is indeed 2 or less, so we'll buff Nojiko, rest Sindri. 1 to 1. If you really want to defend that, it's fine. Indeed, he doesn't. If we swing 14 here and then burn the Moria, or bot deck the Moria, that's an interesting proposal. You'd have literally nothing. And if he saves this, then we'd still get rid of it. And he's just given us 3 cards, which is brilliant. Cool. So we'll bot deck the Moria. Go 5 to Abs. With Pud. Cool. Let him have that. However, maybe the Pirate King. That's not what he's looking for. I drop the Moria. Don on Nami. Swing for 6. We might not get a draw here, but it's not the end of the world. We do. Great. Does he get a trigger? Okay, he gets that trigger. He's the best one. Brings out Absalom again. Sure. Tell me if you've seen this one before. 5 to 4. If we 2k this goes here. Then we don't take a life. It might go there. It might still go there. Life. If he KOs this and swings 7, I mean, we're kind of in a bad way anyway. If he goes like Boa, KO this 7, we can Kuma though. I think I'm actually going to keep this. Go cancel. And go up the hiyori. If he wants to divert into this, then we're getting out of more. Potentially, because I doubt this is just like a 6. I expect this will be at least 7. Hog back. And if he attacks here, then great. We've got a... I mean, I guess that works. Yeah, I guess that works. Would I have given him everything? Probably. Yeah, do you know what? You got me there. You got my ass. But anyway, here's Whitebeard. I mean, these are both bad. This is beyond bad. This is useless, though. Having 1 brick's always fine. 6. Hog back. Okay, it's that hog back. We just take that out then. It's fine. Play nice and patiently. Surprised it's that hog back. I thought he would play the yellow one. What are we summoning here? It's got to be 8 cost Moria, right? Brick bat. That's not the one. Do we just go for lethal? We probably push it life. Yeah, we probably push it life here. Cool. Yeah, it could have taken out the hog back, but I think we're just threatening lethal enough here. 5 to 4. Cancel on that. Block a 2k, I think, here. Then we have another swinger, which is good. Boa, sure. Gives us a kid. Yep. He's going to heal. No. Block. Resolve. Red rock. Ah, never lucky. So he's at 2. We would need all 3 to go through. We know he has a brick bat as well. So we probably don't win here. In which case, what are we looking to do? I guess Kid is pretty good. Just get rid of his life. We draw 1. Clear the hog back. And then apply a little bit of pressure at him. Seems reasonable. Let's go with the Kid first. Okay, there's nice. Hog back. If he wants to give us the brick bat and a 1k, then that's fine. And he can go for lethal with 3 guys. We have a crazy amount of counter. Yep, looks like he does. And a brick bat? Is that... No, it works on through the box. Yeah, it works on through the box. Brick bat. I mean, could have just brick backed here. Didn't need to give us a 0 cost. Strictly a play mistake. Yep, that's fine. Ditch a Kiku. Definitely don't need any more Kikus. And this should be game. Let's block there. Take the freebie. Can only make a 10 and 11. It's fine. We can easily go there. 9. So this is 6, 11. This is 12. We can go to 7. Go to 9, 10, 11, 12. We can get out of a 12. So we are allowed to take this. No trigger. Because this is guaranteed. Yeah. Unless this is some kind of pump. Like, Otama will be pumped 1, which is 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, GG's. Yeah, indeed. I still don't think this deck is great. Maybe it's just the matchup. We do have a lot of removal, which is pretty good into Moria. Yeah, GG's, man. We could have gone for it like 3 turns ago, I think. But just playing it safe into Moria is always the best way, in my opinion. Even if sometimes playing it overly safe, because you never know with the triggers. And he got quite a lot of triggers. Although I think we dodged first life trigger, which it feels like if that first life is a trigger, it can be quite difficult. But if that first life is not a trigger, it feels very, very favoured. But hey, Whitebeard put in a lot of work. Kid trashing life was pretty cool there at the end as well. We'll play to our opponent. Let's move on. Okay, we're going to get into UP. This should be very, very difficult. I think they're just going to play 9 cost, right? And there's not what we can do about it. He's going second. First, Yamato's decent on first. No, we're not aiming for 3, but just swinging 8 is fine. And then we'll keep pass here. Yeah, just swinging 8 into play out Yamato, swing 6 again is not the worst. We'll swing for 8. It's going to take, cool. We'll draw a card, end the turn. What else are we going to need? We're going to need some amount of top end. This is not good enough currently, but it is what it is. 6, I'll counter out early with a Kiku. I can't do this now. I needed to take that one. Shit. I keep forgetting this has a condition. Because I'm so used to playing it in ace where it just doesn't. Fine, we're going to draw pudding. We're going to draw pudding. That's not a pudding. 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 Ah, no pudding. Oopsie. I fucked up. Ah. We're going to draw pudding. We're going to draw pudding. All my eggs are in one singular basket. Sangi Rogger. Sure. We'll counter this one. This is now completely useless. Ah, no pudding! Do we just put all the dons on and swing in big again? I think at this point that is the only strategy we have. This could have been a totally different game if I didn't just like fuck up on the very, very early game with the Yamato not being live. At least we are getting a couple of cards here. I need to see pudding at this point. We have lost this game if we do not see pudding. Without a doubt. We haven't even seen Red Rock, so it kind of is what it is. Sandy Roger again. It's not. Toss this. 2k here. We just need to gamble on seeing pudding. That's not a pudding. Oh, come on, man. How do... Oh, let's go. Lucky? Lucky one time? No, concede. It was perfect counter. I completely threw away that game early by not taking, so we couldn't Yamato. If we had pudding last turn, low-key might have been able to win that. That was an atrocious game. Quite funny, but he shouldn't have swung these 2 times. There's no need to swing there, I don't think. What a waste of time that was. Goodbye, Elo. Surprisingly close. It would have been very funny if we won. Yeah. Maybe it's the strat. Just swing big and just, I don't know, fucking hope to drop pudding. Oh dear. So thank you for watching. What would you change about this list? What do you think of this lore? Would you include him? I'm very big on the Doflamingo. I found it coming up, obviously into Mihawk. It's great. But it was just pretty good. The fact that Jozu has to pick up a guy feels really bad because we don't have a searcher. So I think I do prefer the Dofi to the Jozu. At least while we've got these Kumas in here as 1Ks. Because there's not as many bricks as the previous build, which is interesting in and of itself. But yeah. The fact that the Searcher event and also the Robin are not here as bricks means that I don't feel too bad about having these. Yamato feels good. You could maybe look to include more 4 costs as well. Marco is always an option. And you could play Marco. It doesn't really help you with your bad matchups, though, I think. Like, Emu, this isn't helping into Emu. You play this and they go, okay, it's gone. Nice play. What helps into Emu is the EB cards. The Nami that burns life and gives you a bit of sticking power. The Robin that can eventually become unkillable. Yeah, and the Search event's obviously just consistency. So, I don't know. Maybe Cavendish, maybe Marco. They're probably the 2 things I'd look to maybe include if you do want to cut this Robin. But yeah, big on the Dofla. Yamato is pretty good too. Enjoyed Yamato. Yeah, don't think I've got a lot else to add. I think the deck's alright at the minute. Waiting for EB03, but if you do want to play her now, you can definitely do pretty well with Nami. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day.